Okay, so not long ago, this one photo completely blew up Korean social media. And basically, it was the shot that announced actor Yoo Ah-in's comeback. But you know what actually grabbed my eye first? It was this bare, no-makeup face, sitting at a long table in neat clothes, script in hand, completely sunk into the read-through. Kind of pale lips. And see that water bottle in front of him? Already empty, like his throat had gone bone dry from all that reading. This was the script reading for Vampire, the new film from director Jang Jae-hyun, the guy Korea calls its master of the occult. Honestly, the news came totally out of left field. His comeback had been in the air for a while now, but Hyun-wook in a vampire film? So I once said this, looking at all his upcoming projects lined up like dominoes, this kid is basically that brutally overworked office worker. You know the type. Collapses into bed at 2 a.m., then boings right back up 2 hours later to clock in again. And now we're stacking the occult genre onto this great wall of a filmography? Come on. Because I'd actually made a little wish, right? That someday he'd play this sexy vampire. Pale face, faded eyes, lips the only splash of red. I basically prayed to the heavens for it. And now, just like that, dreams come true? Now, okay, whether he actually plays a vampire in this, not confirmed yet. So far, Korean press says he's playing a US Army second lieutenant with a hidden agenda. Wait, a US Army officer? That means some real English acting, doesn't it? And if I actually get to hear English come out of his mouth, I might just twist up like a pretzel from sheer joy. But here's the thing. Why do roles like hidden agenda and mystery fit this kid so well when he's only in his mid-20s? And it's not even his first time. Remember that face in the washed-out photo? Shin A-hwi? DP Season 2. That whole incident at the frontline guard post, totally cut off from the outside world. That near-discharged soldier standing dead center of it all, holding the key to a knot that never fully untangled, playing this crumbling, collapsing youth. That was Choi Hyun-wook. And when you really think about it, it's kind of wild, because around that exact same time, he was playing our bright, sunshiny guardian angel Suho over in Weak Hero. And then he shaved his head clean off and just walked over to the complete opposite side. A face sharpened cold, defiance dripping off every move, this quiet madness flickering in his expression, that air of hiding something, of being completely, utterly unreadable. And part of why this episode hits so hard is that director Han Jun-hee shot it like a straight-up indie film, like a mystery thriller. Alright, now let me share a behind-the-scenes bit I genuinely love. In The Charred Remains, the Bulgogi ghost story episode, the most iconic shot, him loaded onto a military truck, a cigarette hanging off his lips all crooked and cocky, taunting Captain Lim. Yeah, that scene we all love. So he wanted Ah-hwi's smoking to look a little different from the script, a bit more stylish. But think about it. How easy is it for a total rookie to go, hey, I'd like to do it this way, in front of veteran actors and the director? Not easy. So here's what he does. He straight up loiters around director Han on purpose, fiddling and playing with a lighter, exactly the way he'd pictured the scene in his head. And the director totally caught on. And boom! That's how the now iconic Shin A-hwi cigarette scene was born. Now, following his career all this way, one thing always got me. How does a rookie this young pull off ad-libs this fearless on set? Turns out, that boldness ties right back to the mental toughness he built playing baseball. I was watching the behind-the-scenes for his latest film, The Boy in the Last Row, and even in his very first scene opposite Choi Min-sik, he threw in an ad-lib. It's the scene where Hyun-wook tells Lee Kang, I'll cover your part-time wages, so come take my literature class. And Hyun-wook just smirks and fires back, why, you into me? And that was completely improvised. The whole set laughed, and that take made the final cut. Ad-libbing on his very first take, opposite an actor like Choi Min-sik? That takes some nerve. Alright, shall we switch gears for a sec? So here's the honest truth. He's not your textbook pretty boy. Not the flawlessly chiseled type. And yet, the offers keep coming. So what's the deal? I think it comes down to his eyes. And his charisma. That good eye I mentioned earlier. Something that draws the audience's gaze in. That presence where, the second he's on screen, your eyes are already on him before you can explain why. That's the thing people usually call charisma. And speaking of the public, here in Korea, there's a pretty distinct sense of him as a post-Yoo Ah-in. Similar bone structure, similar vibe. Especially Yoo's early roles, a lot of them were defiant young breadwinners up against harsh reality, or troubled hard-luck kids. Doesn't that overlap with the roles Hyun-wook's played in a school uniform? Asuka, a longtime subscriber of mine, once put it this way: he does look rather like young Yoo Ah-in, but with sharper eyes and a brightness all his own. And it's not that their personalities are alike, it's that specific texture their faces share. That faint melancholy he carries, that shadow of wistfulness. Hyun-wook has that same grain running through him, except layered on top are those sharper eyes, and a brightness Yoo Ah-in doesn't have. If Yoo Ah-in's face is melancholy, then Hyun-wook's has an ingrained boyish purity to it. A face that's unreadable one second, then soft and gentle the next. A face where boyish charm and a rebellious streak live side by side. And that's how he could hold both Shin A-hwi's chill and Soo-ho's warmth at once. It's a face directors respond to. The public too. Okay, now let's properly turn to him. Yes, the actor Yoo Ah-in. If you've been into Korean content for a while, you know the weight this name carries. A few years back, he stepped out of the spotlight after a serious controversy. So let's start with his most recent film, The Match. And yeah, it was, no argument, a stunning performance. Unlike his other work, which usually lands like a punch, his portrayal of a real-life Baduk prodigy here was deeply restrained. Not a single thread out of place. Asuka once told me she rewatched Hellbound and got struck all over again by just how glass-sharp his acting is. And she put it this way, that he wears a kind of melancholy as effortlessly as a second skin. Something brooding, something autumnal about him. Not manufactured, just steeped right into his face. Yeah, it's a real thing. And his comeback film? It's Vampire, the new Korean occult piece from Jang Jae-hyun, the director who pulled 10 million viewers with Exuma. Alright, let me lay out everything that's been revealed about Vampire so far. It's a mystery occult film about an unidentified hired killer, who, at a priest's request, goes after a shadowy heretical cult. Lee Sung-min plays a priest who crosses forbidden lines for his faith. Lee Jun-hyuk, a heretic craving immortality. And Yoon Kyung-ho joins as a smuggling broker. And right in the middle of them all, that US Army lieutenant with a hidden agenda, our Chae Hyun-wook. And Yoo Ah-in takes the lead. So on one side, you've got an actor long celebrated for that melancholy face. On the other, a young actor people say inherited its very grain. And honestly, this coincidence just keeps sitting with me. Now, of course, the mood around Yoo Ah-in's return is anything but light. Given why he had to step away in the first place, the serious controversy behind it, it's true that a lot of people don't look on his comeback warmly. But honestly, I'd rather look at his return not with emotional outrage, but with the cool, level eye of an audience member. Even if he comes back and delivers acting as sharp as before, audiences might be impressed. But if it falls short, he'll just quietly fade from public memory over time. The public's cold like that, isn't it? So when Vampire drops, let's just watch quietly from a darkened theater and see how it plays out. Anyway, I really hope these young actors, blossoming, just coming into their own, each row their own little boat, never tipping over in the rapids, paddling on for a long, long time, that they get to protect every bit of the talent they so clearly have. I mean that, sincerely, from the bottom of my heart. This young man who set down the baseball and ended up in front of a camera, this time, he's coming to us wearing the face of a US Army lieutenant. What kind of gaze he'll bring to Jang Jae-hyun's occult world? I'll be watching, quietly, and for a good long while. If today's story was fun for you, hit subscribe and stick around. The story beyond the subtitles, I'll bring you more next time. This has been Jenny.